Bank of England Governor Andrew Bailey, no relation to 2 weeks man, said he will be ready to take action. Ready to take action. Oh God, these people are not very proactive, are they? Not very bright either. Anyway, he said he'd be ready to take action to help the UK economy weather the coronavirus. The UK economy is being decimated. Just nobody pass information round. And he was speaking after figures showed that the country's economy shrank by 20.4%, a fifth in April alone, the largest monthly contraction on record. But he will be ready to take action. And this was only the first month that the country spent its full month in lockdown. And he said, we are still very much in the midst of this. Well, if we're in the midst after 2 months, that tells you it's going to go on at least another 2 months, maybe more. But he said the figure was pretty much in line with what the bank had expected. It was all pre-planned, is why. And he said, obviously, it's a dramatic and big number. Well, actually, it's not a surprising number. And the Office of National Statistics said April's historic fall affected virtually all areas of activity as large parts of the economy remained shut to battle the pandemic. And if you believe that, you'll believe anything. But here's a note of warning. The contraction is 3 times greater than the decline seen during the whole of 2008 to 2009 economic downturn. 3 times worse. But his analysts said April was likely to be the worst month as the government began easing the lockdown in May. And Mr. Bailey said there were signs of the economy now beginning to come back to life. But not as we know it, Jim. But the big question is, and was, how much long-term damage the pandemic would cause. And he said that's the thing we've got to be very focused on, because that's where jobs get lost, he said. Now, we hope that will be as small as possible, but we have to be ready to take action, not just the Bank of England, but more broadly on what we can do to offset those long-term and also damaging effects. And this news that the slump comes as almost 9 million UK workers, which is about 1 in 7, are having their wages paid by the government, while the number of people claiming unemployment benefits has rocketed from 856,000 to 2.1 million in April alone. And if you don't think these people, or you do think these people are fairly bright, perhaps this next piece from the UK will tell you differently. Now, the UK government has been accused of being stuck in the 1980s, pretty much. They have quarantine arrival forms that welcome visitors from countries that actually no longer exist. Like Yugoslavia, Southern Rhodesia, Zaire, Czechoslovakia, and the USSR were all available for quarantine forms. The error was spotted by social media users a week after the 14-day self-isolation scheme for travellers to the UK was introduced on June the 8th. And I know they're not keen on erasing the past, but you may want to check geography on your COVID-19 immigration form. Also on the list was East Germany, the German Democratic Republic, which ended in 1990, the neutral zone, which is between Saudi Arabia and Iraq, which ended in 1991, and also the Netherlands Antilles, which ended in 2010. And these are the same people you are entrusting to run your life for you. Seriously. These civil servants and people are about as useful as a chocolate teapot, to put it bluntly.